Hey guys, Jengar here. Welcome to today's realistic review in which we are taking a look at the P-36G Hawk, a plane that I have always loved but have not flown out too often in realistic battle, as I used to fly arcade a long time ago mainly. But when I was flying out the French Hawks, I was actually being made enthusiastic for the Hawks, and I decided to fly out one of the American Hawks as I really felt like that. So I went into this plane and I had a shit ton of fun, I have to say. Absolutely magnificent plane, a plane that really can transition between a lot of different roles without too much problem. It's a very versatile fighter, I have to say. The maximum speed in this plane at sea level without WEP is 334 kilometers an hour, and with WEP 445 kilometers an hour. Go up to 4500 meters, without WEP it's 365 kilometers an hour, and with WEP 379 kilometers an hour. And at 6500 meters finally you can get her up to 305 kilometers an hour without WEP and 319 kilometers an hour with WEP. Now that is an acceptable WEP at this battle rating. It does give you an extra little punch and makes the plane a little bit more effective, which is good. It is not the fastest plane on this earth, but it is also not the slowest, so the speed is decent and you can do your thing with it. In a dive the plane is also pretty fast. Top speed in a dive of this plane is 732 kilometers an hour before it redlines, and 800 kilometers an hour before it rips apart. Now of course that is not the effective dive speed. The control stiffening starts at 500 kilometers an hour, and at 650 it becomes severe as we put that gunner to fire, and hopefully he will go down. We did manage to climb up a decent way through the clouds, and we came up to these two bombers, and we want to get them out of the way because in this match the ticking of the tickets goes pretty quickly, and if you have too many bombers flying around then you're gonna have a problem. We get both of those Fokker Wolves 200s, magnificent looking planes by the way, one of the best looking bombers in the game. But anyway, we did get up to altitude, we did get both of those, and now we're gonna look at our teammates who are in trouble at a little lower altitude. Starting with these two fighters, if we get some guns on target. Not on that one. Top speed in the plane is 130 kilometers an hour, which is quite good for a single engined monoplane. Absolutely, and very nice. Firepower in the plane is very good. You have an armament of two 50 cals with 200 rounds per gun, and that is supported by 4 times 7.62 millimeter Browning machine guns with 500 rounds per gun. I used stealth for both guns and a 600 meter convergence, as a lot of it is wing mounted. Ammo loads are good, so nothing to complain about there. You can definitely bite people. I am looking for that one plane that I was with. Those two planes go back to the center of the map, and I am suspecting that the other one must be somewhere close here. I do try to get a little bit more altitude here, as I suspect those three, or some of those three, would be climbing in this vicinity. I don't see the dot. If the planes come too close you lose the dot of course. But there he is. I see a silhouette there right underneath me, and that is what I was looking for. There he is. I got a nice and clear picture of the guy, and he was not that far below me. And here we go into a dogfight, and let's hope those other two guys are not too close. We do get a hit there. We're in a little bit of a scissors here, and another hit. We just managed to pull the guns into the... Here we are in trouble. I should have turned off a little earlier. His first hit on me immediately damages the engine, and we get another hit in the meantime. Many hits. When you have these quick passes you really need a little bit longer on the target to destroy them outright. I'm very lucky that those other two guys that were initially following me have actually left the area and are 10 kilometers away now. because otherwise we would have had them on us in no time. Here we go. He stalled himself out, and we managed to get him out of the way. Nice little fight there, and we both gave as good as we could. He did get my engine, so we have to go back. There's no other way around it. Acceleration in this plane in a straight line is good to very good. Can say somewhere in between. It is a good acceleration in a straight line, really enjoyable. Dive acceleration is also very good. Energy retention in the horizontal is decent, and in the vertical it is as well, no more than decent. Wouldn't call it good, but it is not bad either. You saw that we kept our energy pretty well there in that fight against that guy. Climb rate in the plane is good. Definitely able to get the altitude and to be one of the higher planes in there, which is always nice. Turn time in the plane is very good, with flaps ripping off only at 530 kilometers an hour, so you can basically in most situations use the flaps at will. I am the only fighter left, and there is a lot of enemy planes left, 4 or 5 I believe, and we do still have one ally who is in a bomber, but that's it. We gotta get this guy out of the way though in his RE2000, which is a very nice plane, but we're gonna have to see if we can get him out of the way. Yeah, there he goes. He crashes into the ground. I think he gave up there after getting the AA gun. Maybe he was already critically damaged, who knows. Roll rate in this plane is good, with overall maneuverability also being good. There is overheating in this plane, it's very present with a lot of web use, but overall it is manageable if you take it to 95%. It cools off very quickly as we get jumped by this BF-109 F1, one of the best planes at this beta rating. And I need more lead. Well, we miss him there. But he cannot match my maneuverability, so if he doesn't extend for going for a next boom and zoom pass, like this guy is actually maneuvering with me, as there is a C202 coming in as well. We need to get rid of this guy, and we do with our last 50 cals. Fantastic, getting the F1 out of the way, and we are ready to face this C202 one-on-one, which is much better than a 1 versus 2 of course. But in this plane I would not feel uncomfortable in a 1 versus 2 against these two planes, which are both not turn fighters. And sometimes you get lucky in these lower tier matches with people that like to turn with planes that are not built for that, and that gives me the advantage here. Although that first fighter that we killed was actually a high level player, almost level 100, so he did know what he was doing. And there were several people at 40. I checked after the match because some people just made mistakes. I thought, what kind of opposition did I actually have in this match? That's always the question, but the lower tiers are far from empty of high tier players. There's a lot of high tier players, high level players that are enjoying their low tier planes and revisiting old loved ones, which I like to do a lot as well. You know, there's so many planes that are lovely to fly and are a joy to take out now and then. And you see that, that's why you never know what you face in the lower tiers. You can say, oh, it's only lower tiers. No, but it's often a lot of experienced pilots in those matches. Level 70, 80, 90 and even 100s are not a rare sight in these matches. Here we go, he came in, I roll over the top and I just pray for him to keep turning. But he actually crashes himself into the ground after me getting several hits on him. Maybe I damaged him. The hit detection though does not give me the kill here, unfortunately. Durability on this plane, by the way, is decent. It can take damage easily, and the flight model is not easily impeded. But the main downside of this plane's durability is the engine. When you get hit, you often also get hit in the engine, and it seems that it is very quickly to go yellow, and which means you basically have to go to the airfield immediately, which I then do. But Yeah, this plane is a jack of all trades in my eyes. It can boom and zoom a little bit. It's a good turn fighter, and it is a decent energy fighter as well. It can transition very easily between the roles, and it makes it a joy to fly. It's a very good plane, very lethal at 2.3 battle rating, and I cannot recommend this plane enough. It is an absolute little beast at its battle rating, and a lot of fun to fly. It's a very stable platform for your guns, and yeah, for the people who like acrobatics it's nice. For the people who like the boom and zoom it's nice as well, because you can easily transition into something else if you fail with boom and zooming. We get 7 kills in that match with that one guy crashing, so basically 8 kill match with the first place in the team. But again, not officially an 8 kill match, so I still am stuck at 7 kills for my own record. Bloody hell. Final blow, survivor, terror of the sky, 40,000 silver lions and 2200 research points. I'll see you in the conclusion. Hey guys, so here we are after the match. Now that was a very enjoyable match, taking somewhere close to half an hour, if I remember correctly from before the cutting. It was absolutely enjoyable to fly, and this plane is an absolute beast, like I said. It's a shame that I always just lack to get the 8 kills officially. Would love to see that one day. I got a lot of 7 kill matches. If you've been following me for a while, you've already seen a lot of 7 kill matches from me, but there's always something preventing me from getting the kill. Like with this crash, I got 4 hits on him and he still crashed into the ground, but relatively close to those hits, and it should have been my kill, but not an official 8 kill match. Okay, we'll accept it again this time. But this plane, you can fly it out without any doubt that it can do you a lot of good, and you can get good results in this plane. It is pretty forgiving. You can make a mistake or two in this plane and get home safely because of the durability and the versatility in its flight style, which you can use to escape from certain death in other planes, where this plane can then survive because it can transition into something else, which is very good. I love this plane. I definitely recommend you to use it while in your grind through the American tree, or revisit it if you are a veteran pilot that kinda skipped over this plane. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the review. I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye. If you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button, become part of this community. If you are already a subscriber, don't forget to like the video, do leave me a comment, and if you really feel like helping out today, make sure to share the video with your friends and let them know about the channel.